Go ahead, just the response after Wednesday. Did you see what you wanted to see out there from you guys?
Well, I think our guys. One, when I came in the locker room after the game, I told them I was really proud of them. I think it's very difficult and very hard to win a game. I think it's very difficult and hard to win a conference game. And so, and I even told them before the game that playing here, playing at this level, is difficult and hard. And so you have to find the joy and enjoyment of how hard it is to individually and as a team to be successful at this level. And you just do. And I told them I was really proud of them that through the hardness of this game, yes, there's some things, a number of things we didn't do very well or to the liking of the way that we would want to perform in terms of having 18 turnovers and but there were some good things that we did tonight, and I wanted them to have a smile on their face. I know for a week and a half, losing 3 in a row, it was hard, and I think our team a little bit has been wounded by that, and didn't play fast and free, but play tight and tentative. And my hope is this week, before our next game, it comes at the perfect time for us to heal so that we can play fast and free and play the best that we can play.
Some of the guys said that they've been playing stressed. Is that kind of what you're alluding to a little
Yeah.
bit? And do you think winning a game like this, even when it wasn't the prettiest game, can kind of work them through that? And it gives them a springboard from which to spring from?
Yes, I do. I think you feel a lot better after a win than you do after a loss. And I think that's somebody else's alarm. That's not mine. And we needed something good to happen to us. And nothing against Georgia Tech. I mean, obviously we didn't play our best game, but to be able to get a win, I thought goes a long way for this group and us trying to find ourselves.
Seth and RJ said you pulled out the 33 the other day. That RJ said he hadn't done that. You hadn't run that since Roy was head coach.
Yeah.
Why did you do that? And did you get what you wanted to out of maybe going to playing that card, if you will?
Well, in order as a head coach, I'll play whatever card I need to play in order to get them, because I told them the only thing on my plan or my agenda is for them to max out everything that they can do on the court, off the court, and in the classroom. I want them to be great. And so I'm not going to settle for anything less than the best that they can be out there on the floor. And so if it has to be 33s, then it does. If it has to be sitting on the bench, then it does. But they have a coach that loves and cares about them so much that I'm not going to settle for nothing but the best out of each one of these kids.
Hubert, you guys, through the first 4 or 5 games of the season, were leading the nation in fewest turnovers.
Yeah, we've gone the opposite direction.
My point exactly. Like, what?
We're thinking the same.
But why? What do you make of how loose y'all have gotten with the ball sometimes? It just seems like you're just too loose with it at times.
Well, I would characterize that, especially tonight. One of the things that I always tell them is that we don't need home runs, we just need singles. I got that from Coach Bob McKillop at Davidson.
Yeah.
When I was with ESPN, I did a number of their games, and specifically when Steph Curry was there, in the last year that he was there, he said that to Steph Curry all the time, and it stuck with me. And I felt like specifically tonight, we were going for home runs. One-hand passes, behind-the-back passes, in between 4 people. Another thing that I say all the time is make routine plays routinely in simple works. And those turnovers, I'm going to go back to them and show the team how it wasn't simple, how it wasn't a routine play, that it was trying to hit home runs. And that's something that we got to get away from because it's really hurting us. I mean, you get 10 assists and 18 turnovers and you get a win, you got to be really fortunate enough to be able to have that.
You found a common thread in Elliott's turnovers in the last couple of games?
A common thread?
Yeah.
Not specifically with Elliott. I don't think, looking at one player, I'm looking at 18 turnovers as a team. and we just got to do a better job at taking care of the basketball. We were doing that at an elite level at the beginning of the year, and since Maui, we've averaged more turnovers and assists, and we really hadn't played a team that's pressed or trapped or double teamed, and so we got to do a better job there.
Hubert, we've asked you about Seth before as far as his game, but it seemed that in Maui, and then RJ was saying throughout the season he's been a more vocal player.
Yeah, he has.
And everything. How have you seen him step up from a vocal center?
He has. He's been very vocal, and I have told this year's team it's a lot quieter than years past, and I said I've never seen a good team quiet, especially defensively. And so this group is going to have to find its own unique voice. Doesn't have to look like previous years, doesn't have to look like somebody else's personality, but each team, you have to have a voice. And Seth has tried to bring that consistently every day, and I think he's doing a terrific job of it.
Hubert, what did Venn show you in those couple days of practice that allowed you to give him the start today, and how would you assess his performance?
Yeah, in terms of the start lineup, I mean, we haven't gotten a good starts in the first half. It's nothing more than that, just trying different combinations to see what sticks, what works, what's better. And so I don't know who's going to start against LaSalle. But we've got to find a way where we've got the right rotations in, the right groups on the floor that can play at a high level. And so it's nothing more than that, just trying things. I started washing the second half, and I'm just trying to find a rotation of players that work really well together out there on the floor.
Hubert, you guys haven't had the opportunity for a lot of preparation with all these games. Now
Yeah.
get a week to kind of go through some of those things. Do you feel like it's kind of a good chance for a reset? And
Perfect
evaluation?
chance.
I mean, what do you?
I agree with you fully, 100%. I think it's the perfect chance for us. When I say a chance for us to heal, that's what I'm talking about, a chance for us to take a deep breath and practice. It's again, it is a blessing to be able to play in the Maui Invitational, but it wasn't just that. We were at Hawaii, so that's 4 games in 6 days with a time change of 5 hours, and then coming back home, and you got Alabama and on Wednesday night, and now you got Georgia Tech at 2 p.m. So you're right, it's a lot of preparation as opposed to practicing. And so having a week off will give us a chance to practice before we prepare for LaSalle. And I think it's exactly what this team needs.
Couple more.
What's number one on the list this week that you want to achieve?
There's a lot on the line. I thought we did a really good job defensively. I thought we did a good job of protecting the paint, especially because Georgia Tech runs a ton of ball screens and their bigs are rolling. They were bigger than us, and we out rebounded them, so that was really good. Obviously, the turnovers. We got to get back our flow offensively. We were really good in terms of our pace, and I feel like our pace has slowed down at times. And so we got to get that from an offensive standpoint, our flow and our pace back. And then we just got to find a way to be able to get to the free throw line. At the beginning of the year, you guys talk about being able to score. Our ability to be able to get to the free throw line was really good, and lately we've struggled with that. And a lot of shooting drills. We're not shooting the ball well from outside. Just how can we generate really good open looks for our guys and give them the confidence to be able to step up and knock down those shots? Because again, having 18 turnovers and shooting 5 of 24. What was the last night? 5 for 28. That's just not sustainable. And so we've got to get better in those areas.
Last one, Adam.
Hubert, along those lines, you're talking about drawing the fouls. It says on the sheet here, Seth Trimble's 6 drawn fouls. Is that maybe one of the most important numbers that lets you know the way he's playing is how many fouls he's drawing?
Yeah, it is. But again, it's not sustainable to put that all on Seth or RJ or Elliott. Like in years past, we were able to attack the basket through post and penetration. We've got to find a way to be able to do that. It just can't be on penetration. Because another area that we're not anywhere close to the level that I want to be at and we need to be at is offensive rebounding. When you score, you always try to find more ways to score. If you just go, I score, he scores, I score, he scores, how do you break it up? Well, there's other ways to score. You got to turn people over. You got to get to the offensive glass. You got to get to the free throw line. We got to get to the free throw line more. We got to get to the offensive glass, and we got to find a way. We had 14 turnovers, but we got to find a way to create more turnovers to give us more chances on the offensive end.
Thanks, everybody.
Thank you.